All right. So today is Sunday and our fun aging call. And it's the 4th December
December.
2022. And today's topic is fantasy.
Fantasy.
So I'm fresh with it. I think I just talked about it on Insta Live too. So I said, "Abhi garam garam hai, to strike it."
एक ऐसा ही बंदा है जो डाल देगा थोड़ा सा पानी इसमें वाइपर में वाइपर में डाल
So I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to listen to you guys till we are at the petrol pump.
दो मेरी गाड़ी नहीं है तो मेरे को पता नहीं कैसे
Yeah. So fantasy is a very different topic. Fantasy itself, creates takes you into the dream world. And what else? Like a very different energy. मैंने कभी सोचा नहीं इस टॉपिक के बारे में और अब आपने बोला और मैंने अभी देखा फैंटेसी तो उसे taking you straight to those fairy lands and whatnot. So
And
is it?
you wouldn't like to go there?
I would. That's what I am saying. Is it? I lost my trail. Yeah. So fantasy is, what else is possible beyond all the limits that we have ever thought that is there, and
Okay.
so is fantasy tapping into all the molecules of the universe? That's what is coming to me. Being connected to all the molecules so that you can just actualize what.
You can really. So when you do vision, what do? You solidify something which you assume might be able to you might be able to actualize. How many of those visions actually come to fusion? Or they are just fantasies? What do you get? Most of the vision is actually fantasy of what you would like to be rather than the possibility of what can be.
So till you make a choice, it's a fantasy.
Awesome. Yeah, till you make a choice. If you just keep sitting in the and not make a choice, then it's not a possibility. The possibility of what can be is always going to be greater than what you vision, than what you sit with.
Yeah, so fantasy is a possibility in the pipeline, and if you choose.
So what if you asked about if I'm aware of that I have not yet instituted? It's the level of awareness that you have that creates that. I could say uncomfortableness, and we give up.
Yeah, we give up.
There's a lot of noise. We are at the petrol pump getting the water done, putting the petrol in.
It's okay. It's like a new experience today.
Yeah.
You taking the class from a car,
I
traveling.
know. We must take this photo. You take a photograph when all the people are there.
I'll do that.
Put it
Yeah, I shall do that.
Put it in the
level
on Facebook and Insta.
Yeah, the level of commitment that is there.
Thank you. And also in Access, we say, oh, where else can we have? Can we be, create what we'd like to create? There's no space that you limit yourself from.
Good. Class on the wheels.
I know, class on the wheels.
That's a nice name.
I know.
You should post with this
Give
this
that
tag.
when you put the picture.
Yeah, yes, class on the wheels. Thank you,
Good.
Nippy.
Love you.
Really.
Give my love to Adrish.
Adrish is here. He's outside actually. Um, getting the water put in the car and tires, hawa. We are still in Chandigarh. We haven't left Chandigarh. We thought Bhajar
Okay.
kya padi hai. Let's go on our own.
Oh, great, great, great.
Yeah.
So Adrish stayed in Chandigarh just like that.
Just like that, he came to see his mom-in-law.
And then, yeah, he stayed for 1 or 2 days, right?
Actually, he has 3 projects running in Ludhiana.
So he came for the project.
He comes to Ludhiana and goes back. Flight पे आया, client की गाड़ी आई, वो लुधियाना गया, वापस fly. So I was been telling him, what the hell? I mean, चंडीगढ़ में घर है, mom है. So this time kind enough to stay on.
That's very nice.
And then he was supposed to go yesterday night by the flight, but I said I'm coming, so he didn't even cancel the flight. I said, cancel the flight. Is oh, I forgot.
Good, good, good.
So today the topic is fantasy.
Okay. Good, good, good.
So what have you bought in your life that will come on its own just because you're thinking about it? You're fantasizing about it.
It's in your thoughts. कल उसने बोला ना, कोई हम बुक पढ़ रहे थे. It came in his thoughts, and something happened. I'm not remembering that it
No,
was
a
through.
different thing. That is a different thing. That's an energy that either you asked for comes into your life, or you have the awareness of that it's coming before it's coming. That's a different thing. That is your creation. You generate it. But sitting in your घोड़े दुड़ाने, like we say, we sit, ये तो घोड़े ही दुड़ाता रहता है, बैठा रहता है, विजन करता रहता है, वो ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा. What is actually fantasy?
Like me thinking my Prince Charming will come to my door. That's a fantasy.
Yeah, we buy that one day a perfect person will come along and make me
Yeah.
complete. And then probably,
Yes, he'll knock on my door and say, "Will
then
you marry
probably
me?" I'll
you
say
will
yes.
start living.
Yes.
He'll park his white horse in front of the
Yes.
in front of the house.
Fall in its place, and everything will fall in its place. And if I judge
Yes.
me enough,
Yes.
and if I change me enough, and if I strive for something that is impossible, then somebody will like me, and somebody will come to my world, and somebody has to choose me. How much you have to judge yourself, you think that's the source of creation? Is judgment the source of creation, guys?
But that
No.
is very common, Kamal, that if I change myself like this, if I change myself like this, then this would go better. Yeah.
And does it always happen? I mean, do you always succeed in it?
Not really. Yeah.
What do you mean, not really? Never, I think.
No, really, in the sense that sometimes you manipulate the situation by, then it works also.
Yeah.
Mm.
And every way we made judgment right, would we be willing to destroy an uncreated order? And if you made yourself aware of what is actually occurring, what would that create? We rather have a judgment than a freedom. but we all also know deep down that freedom is in no judgment. Our judgment keeps us from being connected to us, our bodies, and it cuts off the awareness totally. So what, your fantasies are more important than your awareness? What comes up? You would rather create and choose and have fun, or you sit in one corner and fantasize? How many of you do that?
Fantasies is in the future, and awareness is in the now.
Beautiful. And what is in the future will never be in the present, because then when you get there, it will be again in the future. Your awareness is far greater than any fantasy you could imagine. That's a lie that we keep telling ourselves. And we keep putting our energies on fantasies. They never create greater. What you can create from your awareness is far greater than any fantasy. So how many fantasies?
Is fantasy like
Yeah, go for it.
is fantasy the same thing or similar to being in a pico world or pico reality?
I think so. Pico reality is also where you are just fantasizing.
Right.
What is it? Yeah.
Khayali pulao.
Shali Pulao. Exactly. So do we need to ask ourselves not ask ourselves. I think by this time now, you've been in Access for so long, you already know when you're present and when you are in the future, or when you're fantasizing. And we think if we fantasize enough, we'll have that, we'll achieve that.
So they call it visualization.
I know visualization also doesn't work so much. It might work, everything works some percentage. But just visualizing and not creating and not choosing. Hello, I am on my call in the car. We have left. Talk to you after 9. No, we just started very late. We just in Chandigarh yet. Sorry for this, guys. So
Good morning, Kanwal. You're in the car?
Yes, going to Delhi. And that plant you see at the back, which you must be thinking, Gadi is stopped. No, that we are taking some plants to Delhi.
No. ये लग रहा है कि you are at home only. पीछे
No,
plants.
we're not at home. We're in the car. We're driving.
I know. I can make out.
Getting out of
So,
Chandigarh. Yeah.
who's driving? Hope you're not driving.
Adrish.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. When you were getting the petrol done, people were saying hi to you. This was Param. Nippy was saying hi to you earlier.
Yeah, hello, Adrish. Yeah, I was wondering, should I say, oh, you always took out things from my head. I want to say hello to him. Actually.
Yeah.
Hi, Adrish.
Yes.
Achha, what about experience?
So, Adrish can hear what we're talking?
Yeah. What about
Kamal?
experience? He's here in the car. Naturally, he can hear. He's got better ears than I have.
Okay. All right.
Better hearing power than I have. Not ears, but having power. So let's go back to the fantasy. Okay, sometimes we have a fantasy that experience equals something. What happens when you live from experience? truth. How many of you live from experience?
No, if we live from experience, it will create the same thing. There is nothing new can be created.
Awesome. You would
And we
always,
also use those reference points from the past,
yeah,
and avoid making new choices.
exactly. Thank you. You would always have to judge what will occur in by every action. You will compare every action with that experience. Everything you want to be will be based on that. And you can't change it. You're thinking that you will be able to change it. And which is actually fantasy reality. So what do you think? Government and insurance work for you on behalf of you?
So all advertisements are also fantasies.
Advertisements. No, they could be information. How do you perceive them? Do you make them real? It's up to you. Do you fantasize them or you see what they are? Function from your awareness, light and heavy. Is that true? Or fantasy? It's a beautiful question to ask at that time.
Okay.
And I think that is also a fantasy. I have to work. What do you think? What do you get? What do you guys get? That I have to work. Otherwise. Is that true or fantasy? Do you have to work or you like to work?
कमल ऐसी बातें मत पूछो.
वो तेरे लिए पूछी है मैंने. When you say I have to work, are you justifying why you are not as rich as you ought to be?
Yes.
You
Yes.
have a reason to not have to do anything you don't want to do. So, any questions on fantasy, guys?
And your back view is very good, Kamal.
So
You're
let's
crossing
talk.
trees.
Let's talk more on that. So is work a fantasy or?
हाँ, आप बताओ.
So what comes to you when you say that? मतलब ये reality है कि fantasy?
1 minute, I have a question for you. When you fantasize something, do you have the knowing that it will come true, or you decide it is too great for you to actually create and bring into existence?
You're cutting off. Couldn't hear you clearly.
What was I saying? So when you fantasize, actually I'm getting the thing where we are. Anyway, that doesn't matter. So when you fantasize, do you know that whatever you are fantasizing, you are the one who can bring it into existence, or you decide it is too great for you to actualize, to actually create and bring it into existence?
Yeah, it seems like something outside you.
Sorry, repeat louder.
Yeah, it seems something outside of you. You know, काश ऐसे हो जाता.
So would you like to sit in fantasy? Or like to create?
Good,
1 minute.
good thought.
1 minute, I'll have to stop. Adrish,
लगता यही है कि जे अगर हो जाए.
very, very wrong. Because we are supposed to be on the Madhya Marg. No, this is not the route to Delhi. Oh, don't be a control freak, he's saying. I'll take you. we are in sector 30. Is there anywhere close to going to Delhi, guys? All the Chandigarh people, can you tell me? We are supposed to go from what do you call industrial. He's going to the
Industry
airport.
area.
We are in 30 sector. Anybody has any awareness about this?
Are you going to the airport or are you going to Delhi by car?
We have to go to Delhi. He's going to the airport.
अच्छा वहां से by car जा रहे हो?
We are driving down. Yeah. Now he's turned and he'll have to turn left again. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
not a control freak. I'm an aware freak.
GPS लगा लो सीधा ले जाएगा आपको.
GPS लगाया हुआ उसने.
बस ठीक है चलिए चलो ठीक ही ले जाएगा.
Stop being controlling.
अंबाला रोड पे ले जाएगा.
Maybe he's going from the Mohali. Still we can't go this side. Okay, never mind.
मोहाली से दिल्ली नहीं जाना सीधा जीरकपुर को जाओ अंबाला.
I know, but let's forget it. Okay. So,
Nada साहब sorry you asked so many things came popped up. अच्छा कमल what is this? This is fantasy. मेरे को बहुत सुबह से है. You know मेरी ticket is booked afternoon flight. There's a dinner in Italy embassy Italy of embassy like you know. तो मुझे लगता है मेरा.
You're going to Italy?
No दिल्ली में embassy में party.
Let's meet in Delhi.
नहीं पर मेरे को तो कल से वो जैसे होता है ना some entities from I can't even I don't want to leave house. Can you believe it? मैं नया बहाना बना ली दिल्ली करता निकलने पर.
Everything that is, would you be willing? Did you ask what is this? What can I do about this?
I've been asking. Heaviness, इतनी heaviness.
What is this? Just ask just now. You're not supposed to be as potent as you truly be. What could and would happen if you were your potency? It would upset the real basis of you that you have decided I am.
I heard from Gary saying jail ना मुझे सच्ची संगल नजर आ रहे हैं. I've been tight.
Are you same as everybody else? My question to you. Who does this shit belong to? You want this reality to control you or you want to be in control?
I don't want to be in control. Somebody's controlling me actually.
Nobody can control you, darling, unless you give your control away. What fantasy in any and every area are you making more real than the awareness that you would create a completely different reality? Would you please be willing to ask what am I aware of here? What unconsciousness am I choosing?
Actually, it's unconscious. My father comes in front of my eyes.
So, okay, what would be the conscious choice? What would create greater?
Okay, now you got to sit in your meditation. You need to sit and ask why.
You don't have to sit anywhere. You can be you're a walkie-talkie symphony of possibilities.
For others, not for self.
No, for yourself.
Can somebody clear my entities?
Ask Nippy to clear your entities after the class.
Yeah.
I can do after the class.
Please do that. मुझे मेरी मतलब लगता है कि something is अंदर से कुछ जा रहा है. So, you know, when I
So
think
are
of
you
movie.
making that real? Is that true, or is that a fantasy that you have? It can't be true because you're not. You're an infinite being.
Yeah, it
When
can't be
you
true.
ask an entity to leave, it has to. You're the boss. Remember that. Nobody can take you.
Yeah. हाँ. And I become so rude on the calls कि believe it, लोग खुशी से बोलते हैं मैम इनवाइट मिल गया, ये हो गया, आज ये वेट करें, look at, and I become so rude. I think his entity is playing a big role. Yeah, something is there, definitely. Yeah. So Angela, after class, please clear your entities.
Yeah, sure,
Stop
sure.
saying what you're saying because you're making it true by saying it again and again.
Yeah.
And shift your attention from whatever this shit is to whatever else is possible.
And Kaval, जैसे होता है ना,
So anger is potency.
yeah. Yesterday there was another invite I got from Japan. कि ministry is calling, you know. Sorry. अच्छा मुझे लगा कि मार्च तक का टाइम अभी तब तक तो एक देखी जाएगी, ये तो आज की बात है. एंड ऐसे ओके ओके जैसे मैडम नाम भेज रहे हैं आपका,
You're
आप
going
गवर्नमेंट के गेस्ट होंगे वहां पे,
love,
लगे
you're
हाँ
going
देखेंगे,
into the
हाँ जाओगे.
story. You are going into the story.
स्टोरी इज व्हाट टू डू ना.
So
आई नो
just don't go into the
मेन तो है, दिल नहीं
yes.
करता घर से निकल. यू
All
राइट,
right.
या मेन इज दैट.
Go for it if you don't want to listen.
या
Ask a simple question. You're going on. This is it. This is it. This tathastu. That is it. You're making it real by going on about it. It's your choice. What do you want to choose now? You always have a choice. If it's feeling heavy, you're again going on talking about it, and you know it from last 12 years that what is heavy is not true.
या
So what you are so aware, you're getting that energy. If you asked one question, it will give you clarity. You actually know what will work, what you require to choose. Just choose it. Change your track. There are a million possibilities waiting for you to choose from. Or are you still there, or are you done with this? Oh, whatever this is, destroy and uncreate it. Or what energy space consciousness can I be to have total clarity and ease in all of this? What shit am I carrying?
या आई मस्ट सॉरी, थैंक यू.
So that do you know that different is possible?
द अवेयरनेस केम surrogated mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we clearing?
My role in this lifetime.
Okay, if that's working, awesome. If it's not working, you can change. You are the creator. You have taken that role up. For what reason?
What vows, oath, commitments I had in past lifetime would like to destroy
There's a lot
immediately
of
right
them.
now.
You know what? When you clear something, it goes away. It goes away completely. And then you might ask me, then why does it come back? Because you invite it.
Mm.
You go into the story again
My
and
energy.
oh, I'm a surrogate. Oh, I'm helping this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm helping that one. And you go on talking about it. You live in that fantasy and you wonder why
Yes.
something different is not showing up. That
True,
can
Kamal.
never occur unless you change the way you look at things. The things you look at will change.
True, Kamal is not for him only, it's for somebody else also. Yes, thank you.
Stop referring to it. Like Jazz said, connecting to it, looking for the connections in the past. What is possible now? I feel this because, I feel this, I have this because, I'm heavy because. You got all the reasons and justifications for that. You don't want to change. If you just allowed yourself to be willing to see the world from awareness, not from clouded by fantasies, you would be able to see the world and create the reality, your own reality. Awareness always will undo the lie that fantasy would never become a reality, would ever become a reality. And also from awareness, you can tap into what else is possible that you haven't even considered. So just go in question and not in story. Don't go into your head. That's the trap. One simple question, what is this? Just keep asking this only. What is this? What is this I'm not getting? What is this? What's right about this I'm not getting? Not making anything wrong. What's underneath this? That's a gift that I'm not even willing to see it. Amp it up. When you're stuck in that story, in the fantasy, you lose the ability to see beyond it. Everywhere you're spending lifetime after lifetime. Why did you go over it? We spend lifetime after lifetime after lifetime fulfilling our fantasies and fulfilling fantasies of others around us who had it, maybe parents or relations from all relationships, all stories that we heard and we've been telling ourselves, perpetrating on ourselves.
True, Kamal.
Everything that brought up for all of us would be willing to destroy and unkill it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, backward, honest, shots, boys, provides, and beyonds.
I'm asking for this specific energy what you have, like just leaving house and going, my God. मतलब कि कैसे you can have that, leaving just like, चली गई मैं घर से.
Yeah. Because stop feeling you're a demigod. Without you, the world can't run. Anybody else has a question on fantasy, guys?
So I have something to say to Param.
Yeah.
Param, everywhere you are making other people more significant than your own awareness. Will you destroy and uncreate that? And everywhere you're making other people greater than you, destroy and uncreate that too.
Yes, please.
Right, wrong, good, bad, call and shots, voice, provides, and beyond.
And everywhere you are making this wrong, that you are unable to go and comparing it you with others.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nipi.
Fulfilling others' fantasies can be very frustrating. Making them your own.
हर जगह जानना जरूरी थोड़ा होता है. God knows you are aware. जाने का फायदा है नहीं फायदा है.
Just ask a question, यार. Go to a conclusion. ये मैं जाऊंगी तो ये होगा तो वो होगा ये तो. You would just simple question you ask, you will get the awareness. Will that create greater or not? That's all. Will staying at home create greater, or will going where I am going create greater? That's all the question that you need to ask and follow the awareness.
Yeah, everywhere. I know you're right. I don't know the story, but everywhere it comes no straight away. No, no. Any invitation, no. Yeah, that I have to clear.
No, that's okay to मुझे नहीं लग रहा है ये कोई मतलब wrong अपने आप को wrong बनाने वाली बात हो रही है. Yeah, I do this, I do that. One goes also to many places, isn't it? I see you going to so many places.
Local, है ना?
Wherever, मतलब why make yourself wrong? That's the very thing, nice thing Kamal said. Just have the energy. Will going there create greater or not? You know, क्योंकि ये ही है ना एक loop कि जब भी आता है मैं ऐसे सोचती हूँ मेरे को ना ही आती है मेरे को वही हाँ ही आती है मेरे को ना ही आती. Every one situation at a time asking that will it create greater? पुराने एक्सपीरियंस से ये स्टोरी निकल रही है ना कि मुझे ऐसे ही आता है मुझे हर बार ऐसे ही आता है. ये पुराना एक्सपीरियंस दोहराई जा रहे हैं ना अपने आप को.
Yeah. चलो next question. मेरा तो हो गया. Done.
So are we done? Bye bye.
Nippy was asking something when I just popped up.
नहीं नहीं.
So our thoughts, feelings, emotions, truly reality, or it is the fantasy that you can be finite, human.
I was asking this कि वो जो बोला था कि is this a fantasy that I have to work to earn money?
Yeah, you tell
वो
me.
बोला था ना कमल ने.
You tell me, is it? So just ask truth.
हाँ वो जैसे वो गैरी
Light or heavy, don't have to go into your
वो
head.
गैरी पूछता है ना कि पहले ये आइडिया आया कि पहले एक्सपीरियंस आया कि काम किया तो कि पहले ये आइडिया आया कि काम करना पड़ेगा तो फिर पैसे आते. तो आई थिंक वो ये कि पहले आइडिया आया.
This reality puts you in a box, no? Unless you do something,
Yeah,
you can't have anything.
yeah, yeah.
But
Exactly.
if you reverse this, doesn't mean you don't have to work, or doesn't mean you don't have to do anything. Then everything gets done. It's not kind of any work. It's kind of pleasure. It's kind of joy. That's what he's saying. Is it that you have to work or you like working?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. What's coming to me? Is it a fantasy that you have to have a lot of money? What if it was a fantasy that you couldn't have more money than God? What if it's a fantasy that you can't change anything? that's going on in your life. You decided you couldn't change. Ask it. Ultimate antidote or the cure is total awareness. Anything could be a fantasy that you've decided that you can't have. Is it light or heavy? You don't even know what's going to show up. You don't even go tap into your awareness and you decide. Is that creating fantasy? That ये नहीं होगा तो पता ये प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी, ऐसे नहीं करूंगे ना तो फिर ये हो जाएगा. Is that a fantasy?
अब तो लग रहा है कमल, it's a fantasy.
Is that a fantasy that oh I can't choose, I don't want to stay here? What if you just asked a question and you knew what would create guilt and you went? How much you love being in that story?
Yeah.
What is required? What's the desired? Okay, show me universe. This is how the relation should be. What is it? And you keep striving for that. You go into the fantasy of what can be created rather than seeing what is possible and what can I create now. Fantasies are like castles in the air. घोड़े दौड़ाना जो हम दौड़ाते हैं ना. In order to build a castle in the air, you cut off all the awareness, and you yet can build a castle if you work, if you just go for it, if you just choose it. Just the choice away. Everywhere you've gone into the fantasy and the conclusion of what will be instead of into the creation of what could be or what can be, would you be willing to destroy and until it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, awkward, all night shorts, boys, to bads and beyonds. Anybody else has a question, guys?
सबसे बड़ी फैंटेसी ये है कमल कि हार्ड वर्क काम करना पड़ेगा, बिना काम से कुछ नहीं. दिस ऑल बुलशिट. हाँ ये है ना.
Like it.
एंड आई हैव पीपल अराउंड
And I can have
आई हैव पीपल अराउंड जो काम का पता ही नहीं, सब कुछ बेटर मिल रहा है. या
fantasies are not real, guys. Never can be, never should be, never will be, never ought to be. Your reality is not to sit in fantasy. Your reality is to create. Okay, if nobody is having any question on fantasies, you can ask
I have a question.
any other
I
question.
do. I have a
Yes,
question.
go for it.
Okay. So I was talking to somebody in Access a couple of days ago about my body and what I think it would like and blah blah blah, right? So my friend she just started laughing and she says, "When will you stop lying to yourself? Like what the fuck? Lie to everybody else, but don't fucking lie to yourself." So I was like, "No, no, I'm not doing that. Like this is what my body desires." And she was just like, "No, like just start being honest with yourself." So how do I know? Like now I'm confused. How the fuck do I know if I'm lying to myself or not?
Ask a question, my love. Is this a lie that I'm telling myself? Just now ask yourself. Truth. Lower your barriers. Become present. Oh, truth.
Because I was asking about my knee pain, like I asked you, and I was just telling her, I said, "No, I think it's getting better." And then she's like, "No, like stop fucking lying to yourself
So are
about
you?
your pain."
Is she more important? Is buying her shit is more important than knowing your having your awareness?
No, and I guess that's
Just
yeah, I
ask.
guess I bought it.
Just ask a question. Lower your barriers. Ask a question. Truth. Is that true? Or is that a lie? Anything that makes
No, that's the truth.
anything that makes you heavy is a lie.
You're frozen, Kawal. I don't know what you said.
Am I frozen, guys?
No, now you're okay.
So anything that is heavy is a lie.
Well, it was light for me when I said, "Am I like?" Was
So
she
where you bought into the
right?
shit of the body is not good, or your financial abundance is not possible, or it's not ease, that's a fantasy.
Or the pain is not going away in my knee?
Have it because you're judging it so much. You only have the judgment that you create the judgment you have. If you were to have it, you make sure you got rid of all the uh, points of views. You can have it, you can choose it. But if you don't, then you get rid of it faster than it comes.
Got it. Thank you, Kawal, for the clarification.
Yeah, you're welcome. You want it, but you won't let you have it. You wanted a lovely body, but you won't let you have it because you're judging so much, and that body only listens to that. You like to have a lot of money, but you will not allow yourself to have it. You like to have a lot of ease, but you pick up all the stuff that takes your ease away from you.
And I also use the knee pain as an excuse to not go out with my friends. Like today, I was like, no, I can't. I have knee pain.
Nothing is going to make your life easier. The body or the money or the man or whatever. You are going to make your life easier if you choose it. Sorry? Oh, look at this dhund. What were you saying? Huh. But I don't know if there's money in it. I think there's only 100 something in it. Let's put it. I'll put it. Okay, just 7 minutes away. Oh, हमारे चंडीगढ़ में कोई धुंध नहीं है यहाँ रास्ते में इतनी धुंध है want to see guys can you see the fog
Yes. Yes.
हाँ अभी मैं जाती हूँ just after 7 minutes
मैं गाना सुनता हूँ
even if you hear it who cares it's only access it's only consciousness so there can be 1 or 2 questions if there are people have any questions. No, you don't have questions because you love fantasy. You would like to live in it. You don't want to change. You don't want to create. You don't want to choose the phenomenal being that you are that can create anything just by choice.
Coming out of fantasy is a work itself, isn't it?
Coming out of fantasy
Is also a work.
I
know,
know,
if
it's
you
much easier to sit
come
and
out
hold it out.
of a fantasy, you'll have. And fantasy is it unconsciousness?
Of course, you have to be unconscious. You wouldn't say, oh, I wish I had this. You would just go and choose it. Or you'll ask a question, okay, if I want to have that, okay, show me the way. At this moment, I don't have, but I can have it. How many of you think you can't have it? You can't have what you want. Truth.
Yeah, many things they are like, yes, like कि ऐसा कैसे हो जाएगा?
It's still there, Angela? ये ऐसे कैसे होगा?
नहीं, एक आधी चीज के लिए होता है बस, जो शायद मुझे लगता है
So
कि out of.
are you aware कि वो you don't want it? If you wanted it, you would create it. Hmm?
Yeah, this is heavy actually.
Or there are some things that you can't change. People, places, things. There could be some things that you can't change. And then you're aware of that you can't. And you wouldn't want to. There's
Yeah,
nothing you can't
yes.
change. You decided you can't, you can't.
That's light, yeah. Thank you.
So by just asking, is it a fantasy? Or I can't change that. Is it a fantasy or is that reality? Or is that I can't change it or wouldn't want to change it or it's not fun for me? or you have some oaths, qualities, binding, bonding contracts that you don't, it will not allow you to change.
So that is also a choice, being stuck or choosing
Exactly.
choosing what is left. Yes, that's a choice. Thank you so much.
You lock your body, you lock your being, you lock your choices out of being themselves. They could be greater, but you would not allow it. I want that. I wish I could have that. If you don't have, then you have to assume that you're wrong. You can't create it. You're not enough. You're not good enough. Once you have got rid of the fantasies, you have a choice. You begin
So
to
everything is a
self,
choice.
into yourself, into that being that you are, which can create anything. Got out of your thinking. You got out of your wrongness. Now nothing is impossible. Your fantasy requires you to judge, not contribute,
Yeah.
creating greater. That's why it's not real. Reality is you are an infinite being and you can choose anything and create anything you desire.
So much is releasing. आप clearing कर रहे हो. I'm yawning like crazy. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Very for me too. And guys, if you really want to know more about it, I don't know what I talked on Insta. We had, I think on Thursday, I talked about fantasy on Insta Live. If you are connected with me on Insta, you can even listen to that.
Yeah.
Hope it contributes to you. It's time to say hello, bye-bye.
Bye bye, and we're looking forward to meet you tomorrow.